Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're looking at a really handy little problem solver for anyone who uses older guitar pedals, specifically those classic electro-harmonics or DoD effects units. This is the Mr.Power 3.5 positive tip power supply converter. Now, if you've ever tried to power one of those vintage pedals with a standard modern power supply, you've probably run into an issue. Most modern pedal power supplies, like the ubiquitous Boss PSA style, use a 5.5mm by 2.1mm barrel connector with a negative center pin. But many older pedals, especially from EH and DoD, require a smaller 3.5mm or 1/8" plug, and crucially, they need a positive tip. This is where this little adapter comes in. What this Mr.Power converter does is bridge that gap perfectly. It takes that standard 5.5mm x 2.1mm negative center plug from your existing power supply and converts it into the 3.5mm positive tip plug that your older pedal needs. It's designed specifically for those electro-harmonics, older DoD, and other pedals that have that particular power requirement. You just plug your standard 9V negative center supply into one end, and the other end plugs right into your vintage pedal. It's a simple, elegant solution that saves you from having to track down a specific, potentially expensive, or hard-to-find power supply just for one or two pedals. The adapter itself is a short cable, measuring about 12 centimeters in length. This is a good length. It's long enough to provide a little flexibility in your setup, but not so long that it adds unnecessary clutter to your pedal board or power situation. The connectors feel solid enough for what they are, simple power adapters. The fact that it comes as a pack of two is also a great bonus. If you have a couple of those older pedals, or if you just want to spare, you're covered right out of the box. It's designed to work with standard 9V supplies, which is exactly what most guitar pedals use anyway. The product listing mentions 10 watts, but for powering a typical guitar pedal, the voltage and polarity are the critical factors, and this adapter handles the conversion perfectly for those specific older pedals needing the positive tip 3.5mm connection. It's a small, inexpensive piece of gear, but it solves a very specific and frustrating problem for musicians who love using classic effects. If you got an old EH Small Stone or a vintage DoD overdrive that's been sitting and used because you didn't have the right power supply, this Mr.Power converter is exactly what you need to bring it back to life. It's a must-have accessory for anyone collecting or using those types of pedals.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.